7 p.m. Okay, just to be clear, this particular FOMC meeting, it is the minute of the last meeting. All right, it is a minute of the last meeting. Okay, so that is what this particular one is. So if you're expecting a very volatile FOMC today, you might not really be seeing it. Okay, so just so you know also, most of the meetings that have been coming out are actually going to be, of course, volatile. So if you're currently on your chart, you might want to take a look at currently every single thing that is happening on indices. There's a massive push up on indices. All right, ranging from what's it called? Gold, US 30, US 100, US 2000, and even D30. And of course, UK 100. You can actually go ahead and buy all the indices. And please don't stay for a long time. It's just a massive push up, but then you can actually make a very good profit from them. So if you want to take up any trade right now, like, it should be on indices. You can actually go ahead and enter a buy on all indices, on all the indices. That is if you want to take advantage of all of them. So all the indices are currently pushing up. That is including gold and UK 100. So if you want to take a buy on that, yeah, you can actually go ahead. A buy on all indices. That is US 30, US 100, US 1000, D30, including UK 100 and gold. They are all pushing up, going in for a buy direction. So let's see how many persons will be able to make take advantage of that. So that brings us to the first thing we're going to be looking at today, which is, of course, the dollar index. The dollar index. If you notice very well, this was where dollar index stopped yesterday. I decided not to take this thing out because I actually wanted to show you the consistent semi uptrend that we've been having. All right, it's actually yesterday it was somewhere around here when we said, okay, that we're going to be seeing a further push up. All right, on 1 hour time frame. All right, and currently it actually pushed up and went above this point, and look at where it is again. Still going to be having that divergence. All right, and I told you that if you actually impute your MACD, your RSI and MACD, you're going to be seeing that divergent aspect of the market. But I'm not going to be using MACD like I said. So I'm just going to impute another line here. Do you see there's still the same trend that we saw yesterday? You could literally see the continuation of this particular uptrend. Do you understand? There's been a continuation of this uptrend, and I expect it to just end here and have a further buy. All right, so I'm expecting it to have a further buy. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Everyone is still seeing my Forex Factory. Yeah, sorry about that. But hope that does not stop you from taking advantage of the buy on on indices. And I really hope you did that. I really hope you did that. I was showing you the gold, the US 30, the US 100, of course the US 2000, D30, and UK 100. They push up all of them hard. All right, so let's get back to what we're saying. I said, if you check my screen, you will discover that they've been a consistent uptrend. All right. This particular line wasn't here before. This was where we stopped yesterday. All right. This was where we stopped yesterday. And I said that this particular trade was going to end here. And I said, let this particular trend line be your litmus test for any particular trade you're entering. And then I decided to add this one to capture today's move. All right. So this is actually today's move. So joining it here will give you the complete trend that we had yesterday. All right, so you could actually see the complete trend, and it has gotten to this place again, and it has also stopped. So what are we expecting? Are we expecting a further buy? Absolutely yes. We're going to be expecting a further buy on USD IDX. We're going to be expecting a further buy on USD IDX. All right, we're going to be expecting a further buy on USD IDX. Someone said that gold is on a resistance. That is what I said. The buy is not going to be a very long one. It's just a very short trade that you're taking to make you some really good money, and then you continue on the direction. But if you're not fast enough to take it, please, there is no need of even trying. All right, that trade was actually meant for those that could just enter the trade and take advantage of the move immediately, not for any delays. Okay, so if you miss it already, there is no need of trying to meet up. Okay. All right, so as I was saying, I'm expecting this particular move to continue. I'm expecting this particular move to continue. this hit here maybe just made a little bit of a fake out, but then have a reversal and then continue on the upward direction. All right, so that's actually what I'm expecting on this particular instrument, gold. Okay, so that be dollar index. So that being said, let's go to 5 minutes time frame and see what we are currently expecting. Now look at on 5 minutes time frame, this particular trade might want to get to this untested support. All right, it might want to get to this untested support, yes. But when it gets to this untested support, you can enter a buy from there. So for dollar index, all these regions where price is currently is a buy region. So you can actually go ahead and buy all these regions. Do you understand? As it's coming down, the downtrend should be a further buy. The downtrend should be a further buy. So we are actually going to be buying this particular trade. All right. So even though it still comes down more, please still go ahead and buy. I know that why I'm saying that is because a lot of persons, if you enter buy right now and the market pushes down, somebody will definitely type, I'm still on negative on dollar index. Yes, that's what I'm saying now. You can go ahead and stack up your trade. Do you understand? Stack up your trade. You can actually enter multiple trade positions, but I'm expecting a further buy on dollar index. I'm expecting a further buy on dollar index. So if you want to take advantage of this particular trade, you can go ahead and buy your dollar index, and your take profit should be around 102.711. 102.711. That should be where your take profit will be. So even if it's coming down a little more, yeah, still go ahead and enter other trades. If you actually took advantage of the buy, as and when I said you should enter buy, you should have already been on profit, but still the buy is still very much advised until price 102.711. So that is where our take profit is going to be for dollar index. All right, so I'm expecting the market to have a push up from where it is. Reason is because of my trend line, and of course, with every single thing that's actually been happening through the dollar side, I'm expecting dollar to gain more strength. All right, I'm expecting dollar to gain more strength, especially this afternoon. So that being said, let's take a look at all right, some of the trades. Okay, let's just consider our GBP JPY and Euro JPY. You know, that particular one is a long trend. To give you exactly what you're looking out for. But for this instrument, yes, I'm still going in for a further buy on it. I'm still going in for. You said no sound. Can everybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? So how come there was no sound before? Okay. Sorry about that. I believe it's back now. Okay, thank you. So I'm saying that this particular one, GBP JPY, I'm still expecting a buy. So if you're yet to take up your buy position, you still have the opportunity to do that. Do you understand? Some of those people that actually entered the trade, you should have already been on profit, but we're still going to be riding on this particular trend. We're still going to be riding on this particular volatility on GBP JPY. And of course, also with Euro JPY, yeah, we are still on our buy direction. We're still on our buy for Euro JPY. Like when I actually started up the buy, it was around this particular price level. This was our first take profit. All right. Imagine when we started up and this was our take profit. And right now, I was still going in for a buy. So just imagine if you had actually entered all this while, you would have already been on a good profit. Do you understand? So for GBP JPY and Euro JPY, yes, we are still on the buy. We are still on the buy. Okay, someone said my screen is not showing, but yes, my screen is actually showing because I can see it on my other projected screen. All right, so going further, let's take a look at Euro USD. Now, if you check very well, Euro has actually been on the weaker instrument. All right, euro has actually been the weaker instrument, and for today, we actually said that okay, fine, it was actually going to be selling, but when it got to this particular point, it bounced off. It bounced off. Yeah, it's actually bounced off, and I am expecting, of course, a further push up. But then let's take a look at it on 5 minutes time frame and see what we're going to be expecting on 5 minutes time frame. Now, do you see? We still have opportunity for this particular trade to want to get to the verified resistance. Yeah, Euro USD will still get to this particular verified resistance. So I personally, I am going in. All right, I'm going in for this particular buy. I'm going in for this on a further buy on Euro USD. All right, I'm going in for a further buy on Euro USD. So if you're on Euro USD and you want to take up any trade, yeah, you can go in for a further buy. But then let me just take you through something. Before I go ahead, let me just take you through a fundamental thing I want to show you. Okay. I said I was actually going to show you something one of these days, but I think I can actually do that. All right. So do you remember the outcome of the previous FOMC meeting that came out? All right. So I think that was when, if I can remember, that was on. So let's check the last FOMC meeting that came out. FOMC meeting. Please, if you see it, just let me know. FOMC. Is there any FOMC here? There is no any FOMC here, but there was this particular FOMC that came out, the last one. If you can remember the outcome of the last FOMC, I want to check. 13th of June. That was the last FOMC, right? So let me just rush down. Okay, great. It's actually on the 14th. Yeah, it's actually here. FOMC statement. It came out on the 14th. Now, I will need you to go and check the result of this particular FOMC that came out on the 14th. If you check, I think this particular FOMC, the interest rate was not increased. Do you understand? Interest rate was not increased during the FOMC. So I am saying that to say this: if interest rate was not increased during the last FOMC, and of course today is the minute of the last FOMC. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Now, the last FOMC came out dovish. The last FOMC came out dovish. And today is the minute of the last meeting. Today is the minute of the last meeting. So I really hope you got that idea. So let's just go ahead with what we're saying. Let's go back to our discussion on our charts. So for Euro USD, I said I'll be going in for a further buy on Euro USD. All right, I'll be going in for a further buy because my IPM indicator Avon is still suggesting for a further buy on Euro USD. So I will be going in for a further buy on Euro USD. So that brings us to USD JPY, which you already know. This particular instrument is actually one of my best instruments to trade on because I always have one direction of trades. And of course, look at this particular what has been happening. All right, anytime price gets to this point, it always have a bounce off. Anytime price gets to this point, it always have a bounce off. It always has a have a bounce off. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to be every single thing I'm going to be doing today for this particular instrument should be more of a buy. All right, it should be more of a buy. But then look at this. My ADX is giving me a sell signal. My ADX is giving me a perfect sell signal. But look at the direction, the strength of the sell is not a very strong one. The strength of this sell is not a very strong one. So I will not want to go in for a sell here. I will not want to go in for a sell, but rather I will go in for a further buy. So let's take it out on 5 minutes time frame and see if our buy is very much okay. So now look at it. On 5 minutes time frame, it is currently resting on a verified support. So that being said, you can actually go in for a buy from where this particular instrument is. Yes, for this, you can go in for a buy and let your take profit for the buy be at price 144.375. 144.375. So you can go in for a buy, take your profit at price 144.375. So that is actually what we're looking at for on this particular trade. All right, so because we're already out of time, so let's rush to check out gold. Okay, I remember I said you can buy gold at the beginning. Okay, I also told you to go in for a further buy on US30, but then US30 is actually still having a little bit of a downturn. But yes, still buy is very much obtainable. So for what is it called, the US 100 also, of course, is still going to be pushing up for a buy. So for US 100, I already believe that it should have already been on profit. Then for US 2000 also, I also believe that you're already on profits for this particular instrument. So I don't know how many of you actually took advantage of the buy on the indices. I don't know how many of you did. So for US 2000, of course, it's still going to be a buy. US 100, I believe you also took a buy, and US 30 is the only one that didn't push up immediately. All right, it didn't continue with the upward push, because I know that some few persons probably would have entered a little bit all right, so I am still going to be going in for a further buy on all the instruments. So for gold, yes, I'll be going in for a further buy. But then gold is currently on a proven resistance. It's currently on a proven resistance. So you don't need to be going in for a further buy on gold. Do you understand? You probably might just want to delay your gold buy a little bit. But let's check it out on 5 minutes time frame and see what we've got on 5 minutes time frame. Okay, now look at it on 5 minutes time frame. Do you see why I said don't go in for a further buy? But I personally, I will still want to buy more, because this particular sell that you're seeing here, I don't think it's going to sustain. So I'm looking at my take profit for gold at this next resistance, which is at price 1936.39. So that's actually what I'm looking out for. So I am saying that I'm going to be considering a further buy on my indices, just like I said earlier. So I don't know how many of you actually took advantage of it. If you did, congratulations, because it already gave you some profit, especially for the US 2000. You don't need to stay long for the trade and the rest of them. Should it still hold for the buy on Euro USD? Euro USD just started moving now. So why are you already panicking? And Mr. Paul, hold on the buy. Okay. All right. So I said Euro USD, I'm going to be going in for a further buy on that. And my take profit is going to be at price 1.09049. That is where I'm taking my profits from. Now look at it. See now, look at the US 100. I don't know how many of you actually did. Okay, US 2000 actually had a massive reversal. All right, but then US 100 pushed up massively, and I believe that you would have probably ended your trade on US 2000. But US 2000, all this sell that you're going to be and all this sell that you're seeing is going to be recovered. Every single one of them is going to be recovered. So if you're still on a buy on US 2000, you don't need to panic, especially if you have enough money to hold it, because all the sell is going to be recovered. Yes, all the sell on US 2000 is going to be recovered. But I also believe you would have probably made some good profit from it before even the sell. But for US 100, yes, we are having a massive buy already. We're having a massive buy, and it's still going to be pushing up. Yes, it's going to be pushing up. US 100 will still have an upward push. All right, so that is that for this particular instrument. And also believe that for your gold also, we are still going to also be entering seeing a further buy on gold also. Okay, so for USD IDX, I believe that you're already on your profit on USD IDX. So this was our entry position inside this box, but it's still going to be pushing up. So that is still very much valid. All right, so and I told you for this particular instrument, all these points should be your sell. You can go ahead and sell your USD JPY. You can actually I'm still going to be going in for a further sell on my USD JPY. Oh, sorry, my further buy rather on my USD JPY. Okay, so that would bring us to the end of this. I will take up some few questions. Okay, now perfect. Look at this particular US 2000. Do you see the massive recovery that is already having? Yes, it is having a massive recovery already. And of course, US 30 is still pushing up. Gold is also going to be having a massive recovery. I was not able to take a look at GBP USD, but then if you're on GBP USD, you can also go ahead and go in for a further buy. But I would not talk about the one I didn't analyze because it's already 232. All right, it's already 232. Okay, so that will bring us to this. So now, if you check very well, agro commodities has not really been opened since yesterday. All right, and I told you that one of the reasons why agro commodities is not isn't open is because of the bank holiday that we have. Okay, so if you check wheat, corn, and soybean has actually been closed since yesterday. That is due to the bank holiday that we had, but there've actually been a change in trading time. So I would need you to go to specification and check the current trading time on this particular trade. So you should be able to know exactly the new trading time for these instruments. Now, of course, like I said, the market was not opened yesterday, and I said it because of the bank holiday. The bank holiday we had from the US. During bank holiday, you discover that agro commodities are not always open. So let's check. Once it's 235, let's see if the market is going to be opening by then. Then with that, we'll be able to take our position. So let me just go through some of these things and see if I would some of the charts and see what we've got on our chart. Okay. So let's just see, just in a few seconds, we're going to be having the market opening. Want to be having the market opening. Okay, so it's already perfect. It has actually also opened. All right, so corn has opened and soybean actually opened with a gap up, and wheat also opened with a gap up. But then there is no any gap on corn. Corn actually remained the same. So I am personally will be going in for a further buy. Oh, sorry, a further sell on agro commodities. Yes, I'll be going in for a further sell on agro commodities. Now, I already told you my reason for doing that. I am not doing that because of just the gap. I'm actually doing that because the overall trend that we've been having over time has been like this. It has been on a sell direction. It has been more of a sell momentum. And with that in mind, and with this kind of flag formation that we've been having, there's been a massive flag formation over time. So I'm actually expecting now, what I mean by flag formation is that came down, consolidated, came down, consolidated, came down again, and it has also consolidated within here. And so it means that what you're going to be seeing next is going to be a further push down. So if you want to take advantage of this for agro commodities, you can actually go ahead and enter your sell. You can actually go ahead and enter your sell. Okay. If you have, but please only enter agro commodities when you have enough money, because I have heard complaints of people that entered agro commodity with 100,000 naira, 200,000 naira, 500,000 naira. Please don't do that to yourself. All right, don't do that to yourself. It is not good. Do you understand? This particular instrument is not a respecter of a small amount. Any small what's it called, reversal on it would give you a massive negative. So don't do that. Do you understand? All right. So I would advise with this particular instrument on wheat and corn and soybean, you can go ahead and enter your sell. If you actually entered a sell on wheat already, you should have already been on profit. And if you also did on corn, you should already be on profit too. And of course, soybean is also coming down very fast. So these instruments, I'll be going in for a sell on them. But please, like I said, don't stay long on them. Don't stay long on them because they have massive strength. All right, they have massive the weight of these instruments are much, so you're not supposed to stay long on it. Do you understand? That's why I keep on saying that. Okay. Now it said, please, can you explain what happened most trading instruments were not open, were not active between the hour of 7:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. That actually happened yesterday, right? That is because yesterday was bank holiday. I actually said that severally. Yesterday was bank holiday, and it's on the announcement book page that anytime you have bank holiday, you always notice that the some of the instruments are going to be closed within a certain time. All right. All right. So some of the instruments are going to be closed at those periods. So with that in mind, you can always check during an announcement, but check out also the time that we have. What is it called? The time that we have bank holiday from US. All right, during bank holiday from US, these instruments are not always opened, and of course, once it's 7 o'clock, most of the trades also closes. So you can check out the announcement page to see more information about that. So I believe that is certain. So for this particular instrument, I am taking on a sell on them. So for my agro commodities, I'm selling my agro commodities. All right. So I hope that is taken. So with that in mind, okay, now look at US 30. Sorry, US 100. Okay. Oh, US 2000 actually had a further massive downturn, but look at US 30 actually pushed all the way back up, and the gold is actually still pushing up, and dollar index, of course, I'm still going to be expecting a further push. And I told you that by 7 p.m. there's going to be an FOMC meeting. There's going to be a minute of the last meeting. Please, is the minute of the last meeting, not the meeting itself. I hope you get that. All right. So that is going to be all for today. So by tomorrow, we're going to be also be using the same link, the same time, and we're going to be making some good profit also. I'm still holding on your USDJPY. I said, okay, Mr. Paul, I said, okay. All right. Now, I have actually said this severally. Look at it on 1 hour time frame. You should be able to see it has not broken below this point, and it has not even, how much do you have in your account? All right. So I expect you to just hold on. Look at it. Look at the this particular instrument on a bigger time frame and see what I'm talking about. So for this particular instrument, I'm expecting a further buy. If you're closing up your trade, you might just end up what is it called? You might just end up closing up your trade when you're supposed to still be making some profits. All right. How do you place a trade? Please, you can ask your account manager or join our evening classes. All right. Join our evening classes. You should be able to learn how to place a trade. All right. Oh, wow. Congratulations, Mr. Taiwo. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. Can I still sell on agro commodities? Yes, I will still do same. I will still do that. Yes, I can also do that. Now, I already told you that this particular instrument going forward, is currently on a downtrend. So you are going to be making profits by selling. You're going to make profits if you sell. So I think that is all that we can actually take now. Yeah, that is all that we can take now. So the meeting is actually a recurring meeting every day between the hour of 2 to 2:30 p.m. Between 2 to 2:30 p.m. Now you might ask a question, is US 100 still going to push up? And the answer is yes, US 100 will still push up. Will US 30 still push up? The answer is yes, US 30 will still push up. Now that's why I'm saying that if you're on US 2000, just make sure that for a sell rather, make sure that you don't stay too long on the sell, because it is going to reverse and do exactly what these other indices are doing. Please always take that into account. All right. It might not respond as fast as other indices are doing, but trust me, it is going to respond. Will US 100 still push up? Yes, US 100 will still push up. Will US 30 still push up? Yes, US 30 will still push up. Is US 2000 going to reverse? Yes, the answer is still yes. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me today. We're going to be doing the same thing tomorrow, same time, same link. So just do well to join me same time, same link tomorrow. And of course, take a look at your agro commodities and stay be at alert and monitor your trade. You should be able to make some good profit from agro commodities for those that trade on agro commodities. And with that, I will say thank you very much for joining me today. See you same time tomorrow, and have a lovely day. You can also take a look at some of other instruments and see the one you can take advantage of. And if it's the one that you need a long-term trading or you need an analysis on, you can easily reach out to your account manager for further question or inquiries. Do have a lovely day and stay safe.